Here in YouTube land, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to disassemble and repair what's called a backflow preventer. This is a Watts 007 M1 check valve. M1 meaning there's been a modification to it. It's unique to its design. They're typically used on fire suppression systems, and basically what they're used for is to prevent the backflow of contaminated water mixing with regular water. So if you look right here, basically, if you look inside, I'm sorry, that's off. This is the reason they call it a ball valve, is because when you open it, you can actually see inside of there. If you were to look on this side, you can see inside of there. So when these two are closed off, you could just go ahead and make your repairs that you need to make. Now, a plumbing company, fire suppression company, they're going to try to charge you $5,000 to make this repair. Okay? It's about $5,000 per. Now, whenever you look at this, it's very basic. This is your ball valve, check 1, check 2. You definitely have to be working on the direction of the way the arrow says to go. So if you look right there, that's how you're going to do it. So the tools that you're going to need to get this thing taken apart and fix it, it's going to be a 7/8 inch nut driver. If you have a socket set, even better. You're going to need a set of channel locks, needle nose pliers, and a 6-in-1 with a flat head end on it. Shut off the first valve, shut off the second valve. You're going to have some water come out of here. It's not that much. Typically these are brazed into copper lines. You only have about this much room, if even that, to actually work with. So basically if you wanted to work on one, you'd have to basically cut the lines and then resolder it, which is a lot of work. So this is the easiest way to do it. Shut off your water, come here. This is where having a socket set would be awesome. They're on there typically pretty tight. So what I like to do is go one, about one. Kind of the same way as tightening up a tire. It's held together by 6 of these. Key thing is to make sure you know where all your stuff is at all times. Now remember, this is about a $5,000 job on something this cheap. This is approximately $262 per. They retail for upwards of $653. I got a really good deal on it. Take off the cover, like so. Set that to the side. You go ahead and get all your bolts, however you want to do with them. Just remember, you're going to have 6 of them. Put them back down. Set them on top. So, looking inside of here, this is your first check. This is your second check. Okay? And you see that little silver piece inside of there, that's your retaining clip. Now if you look around the perimeter of this, you got a nice little gasket inside of there. And if you see water in there, that's normal. They always have to test these things before they ship them out. Make sure that they're good. So again, the water's closed off, and I'm going to give you guys an inside view of exactly how to do this. You can get yourself your little needle nose pliers, like so. And yank it out. That's your retainer clip. So remember, the same way that you put it in is going to be the same way that you took it out. Again, set that to the side. So this is going to be our last piece to put on. That's our second to last piece to put on. And we know that it's going to go in this direction. You start turning it upside down, flopping it, you might not remember the way that it went. So, now that you have that cavity out, obviously you have to take out this first check before you attempt to take out this one. So the way that you're going to do that, gently take it out, like so. So there you go. That's going to be your first check right there. Nice little plastic piece. Now there's absolutely no reason to take this apart. Once you have it out, that's all you need. Take it out of the cavity of the new one, you're going to pop it in the old one. There's no sense in taking this apart, however you can. If you were to look around here, there's a little wax-based substance, and you might want to go ahead and use that. It's kind of the same concept as a toilet bowl gasket, if you will. Again, we're going to set this down the same way that we found it. We're not going to turn it upside down any which way. We're just going to set it down. Now, obviously right here I have carpet. In a real life environment, you don't want to set it down in the dirt, get any kind of debris or burrs that might go on there and cause it to malfunction. So, now we have one more piece to go ahead and get out. What I like to do is, this is where your flathead screwdriver comes in place. Now it's key not to actually force it out too much. You definitely don't want to mess up that gasket. And as a matter of fact, you'll hit a point that it just becomes so loose, it's going to slide right out, like so. This is your second check valve. So again, we're going to set that down. And if this was your empty one, I'm sorry, if this was your old one, again, you didn't have to replace the body. You didn't have to do any of that. You could just go ahead and start putting anything back in piece by piece. Now, it's very important on this part that you look at your thicker gasket. This one's a little bit thicker with the more heavy-duty spring. I believe that's going to be your first check. But it would actually be good to look at the directions if you need to. And this video cannot continue. Thank you.